Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Reagan and today I'm going to be telling you guys how to remember your potential and fully get the confidence to actually explore it. This applies to literally anyone with with bigger ambitions in life, or even just simple ambitions to live a happier life or a more fulfilled life, and specifically one that is similar in some way to someone that you look up to. I feel like everyone has some type of role model, some type of person, and especially in the social media sphere that they will see online. They'll be like, oh my God, I want to have that type of life. I want to have that type of inner peace. I want to I want to be like them. I want to be living like them. There's some aspect of their life, of how successful they are, of how they act, how they speak, that you would love to have in your life as well, or as part of your personality, whatever you want to say. But we tend to put our role models and the people that we look up to and we follow, and the ones who are like so far ahead of us where we'd love to be, that we forget we put them on a pedestal, and we forget that they started 9 times out of 10 exactly where you are right now. Exactly where you are. Take any role model that you have, pretty much any of them, and obviously have nuance here with like people born into rich families, people born into privilege. Like, I don't really know how many of those people are actually like true role models. I feel like the best role models are the ones who kind of like grew themselves, not necessarily from nothing, not from like absolutely, really, really challenging circumstances, but just like they grew themselves from what you consider your average person to the person they are today. Think about those people when they started. Like, genuinely imagine them as the version of them like 5-10 years ago, or like the version of them when they were younger. Like, if you were at the exact, like if you and them were at the same age looking at each other, or like you in the present were looking at that younger version of them, they would just look like a normal ass person, right? They would literally just be a normal person. You wouldn't be fawning after them or looking up to them, because they'd be just like you. Like, there's no difference between you and them. And that is the whole freaking point that I'm trying to make. There is absolutely no fundamental difference between you and the version of you right now and the past version of the people that you look up to in terms of their worthiness, their value as a human, and potential. Because potential is something that we think is fixed and something that's just like given to people, and some people are just lucky to have like all this potential, this ambition or the personality or whatever. No. Potential is the only confinement of it is what you believe about yourself. If you think that you have that much potential and you're actually going to be able to like succeed and pursue it and find success in pursuing it, then you're going to be successful. There's no fundamental difference between you and the people you look up to, besides the fact that they just thought they could do it and then they actually took the action steps to prove themselves right. Your brain wants to prove you right, pretty much in all circumstances, which is why the law of assumptions everyone loves to talk about makes so much sense and is genuinely a real thing, because your reticular activating system, your brain's filtration system for what you see on a day-to-day basis, because we can't actually logically or subconsciously like log away and understand everything we're looking at. Your reticular activating system is programmed to look for the things that you believe to be true about the world, about your potential, about yourself, about the people around you. It looks for things based on what you tell it to expect to see. And if you expect yourself to not fulfill your potential, or not be capable of achieving something, or not be good enough to pursue something, or just not be lucky, guess what? You choose the code and programming that your brain then sees. And the people who you look up to the most, who you put on a pedestal, who you see as like so distant from yourself, like seriously, truly your role models, they just believed that they could be successful. Like, their reticular activating system was looking for the ways that they could find success, the ways that they could be that person that they wanted to be, like the person who pursued their ambitions, and then they just did it. Not to be Nike, not to be like Gary Vee pushing like you gotta grind, do it, and kill yourself to get there. It's all just mindset. It's all just mindset. And I did this with one of my personal mentors. By the way, please enjoy my podcast mic here. being my guest host on this video. Anyways, my first mentor, Monica Yates. She's a bit of a polarizing figure, which is what you want in that sphere, and she's very, in my eyes, well known in the personal development sphere, specifically for women. And if you go to her YouTube channel, like, you will see she has, like, you know, a couple, 2,000 to 5,000 maybe subscribers, I think, which for like YouTube standards, for how much she posts her podcast, for whatever, is a lot. And I've only followed her for a year and a half now, I want to say, and she's very far along. Like, she's 8 years into her, like, coaching and business and everything, and she is fucking living the life. From an outside perspective, like, living the life, and I know that she's actually genuinely, like, happy, whatever, like, etc. So she's way further along. Like, that type of life, that type of freedom, and, like, personal flexibility is something that I think a lot of people would dream of having. Like, working for yourself and having the ability to, like, travel and, like, a great relationship and a business that fulfills you, etc., all the things. If you scroll back far enough on her YouTube, her videos are compellingly similar to mine in the sense of, like, the informality of it and kind of just coming on here and just, like, fucking yapping and, you know, not, like, perfect structure or whatever, like, literally just authentically being herself. And this is a personal example for me, because when I saw that, something in my brain genuinely shifted, because I was like, pause. If right now, in this present moment, somehow, like, 20-year-old Monica just, like, spawned next to me, like, her and I, no fundamental differences. And there's still none now in, like, terms of, like, human, I realize I dropped this. There's still no fundamental differences now in terms of humanness, but there is a difference between, like, our level of life that we're at in terms of how far along we are in the journey that we want to pursue. But bring it back to, like, that version of her then, no difference. No difference. Literally, like, the things that she has in her life now were all just thoughts and ambitions and desires that she was just bold enough to pursue. And I bring that up as encouragement for everyone watching this to be like a cat knocking something off a shelf, knock your idols down off of their pedestal, and remember that you have the exact same potential that they do. Like, you genuinely do. You really do. Your only limiting factor is your beliefs. And that sounds very cheesy, but it's very true. It's very true. Pursuing a bigger passion, or even, like, making small changes to your life or your habits, feels so hard, because the challenge is working through the discomfort of the change, which inherently to your brain feels really scary because it's the unknown. But you just have to keep going, and you just have to believe, and you truly just have to, like, encode in your brain and consciously choose the thoughts you want to believe, and remind yourself that, like, you can do it. You completely have the potential to do it. Every single person watching this, I am so confident, can achieve whatever desires have been placed on their heart, on their soul, to have, to experience, to achieve in this life, or to just be living in complete alignment with, like, a life that truly fulfills them and nourishes them. Like, I truly believe that everyone here can do that. All you have to do is, if you just believe. Seriously, though, like, actually, you just have to fucking remember your own potential and realize, like, wow, the people I look up to the most, like, maybe they're not actually on that far of a pedestal from where I could be. Like, bring yourself back down to earth. They still go to the bathroom before bed every night. They still brush their teeth. Like, they still do all the human things. Imagine your idols just, like, getting ready for bed at night. Like, everyone rises with the sun and sets with the sun. Like, everyone is human. We're all just humans. There's no fundamental difference between us. Money does not divide us in the sense of our value. How successful we look on the outside does not define us in our value. Like, it is all in your head, which is great news, because that means that you have complete control to change it. So, if you enjoyed this video, I would love if you could give me some support with a like or a subscribe, a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts. And I will see you guys next week. Go be your most organic selves, and thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys.